Competitors, if you could stand to the right. The other right. Sorry. Number 4, step back. The lat spread never looks good, but I still continue to do it. Hey guys, what's up? Just doing a physique check-in for this morning because I feel like it. I'm near the end of my rebuild program where I'm doing bodyweight strength training to pack on more muscle to show you guys that it can be done. I just thought it would be interesting today to show you what I get up to, what I eat, the type of training that I'm doing, being it's a kind of a deload week to give my body some time to recover. So first thing is first, every morning, coffee must be had. Today I'm going to make this porridge dish, which I found when I was primarily plant-based, and it holds up regardless of your diet as a really great way to start the day. So the ingredients we've got are our steel cut oats, tricolor quinoa, some coconut oil to start it off, and some salt. Essentially, we add the coconut oil in the pot, then we add, once that's heated up, the steel cut oats, a whole cup. Then once that kind of smells toasty, takes about 2 to 3 minutes, we add the quinoa in, half a cup, rinsed to get rid of that bitter taste. Then we add 1 liter of water plus the salt, stir it around, and we leave that to simmer for 30 minutes. Once it's simmered for 30 minutes, we then add some almond milk to the mix, take it off the heat, eat some of it, store the rest. I like to put on cinnamon, a little bit of maple syrup sometimes, frozen berries, maybe some almonds, some hazelnut butter, and it's a really tasty dish, especially once you've stored some of it, because then you've got a go-to breakfast that does a great job at starting the day. Usually I have toast though, let's be honest. So now that I've eaten, today's it's Monday, so it's online coaching day today. So I'm going to be checking in with my clients, watching the footage that they've sent through, assessing, giving any feedback necessary, and tweaking the program if it needs to be tweaked. So this is going to take me probably the next couple of hours, and then we'll check back in then. Alright guys, so the online coaching stuff is done. Now I'm going to have my second meal of the day. I'm not sure what to have, but we will figure it out when we get in the kitchen. Second meal. That's not presented that good, but we've got a whole avocado. We got the focus. Whole avocado, roast tomato that's with olive oil, basil, salt and pepper. 2 fried eggs on soy linseed toast with a slice of cheese. And I cut the egg just to show that I like the yolk a bit runny, and I achieved that. Probably could have been a bit more runny. That one's kind of almost cooked through, but yeah, not well presented, but should be good. Hey guys, welcome to week 12. I hope you've been enjoying the full day of eating, kind of vlogging shit that I'm doing, kind of to make up for, I'm just showing the one session this week because it was like a strange kind of week because I needed to have rest and recover because of this overuse thing that I've had in my shoulder, chest, biceps. I think it's the upper head biceps tendonitis. But I also needed to make time to do trial and error to figure out what was going on, like what is it. And I also trained as well, like later in the week, stuff that was manageable. So I kind of needed to take some time off to rest anyway because I've been smashing my body with the rebuild program. The iron cross presses were being managed well, then I just added another set one week, and that just tipped it over the edge, the amount of stress that area of my body was taking, the upper head biceps tendons. And that's what I think caused this overuse issue, because it wasn't an incremental increase, it was a massive increase with a skill that my body was only 3 weeks into doing, and I added another set onto the exercise. So yeah, it just totally smashed me. So I just needed rest in general, but then what I did was I needed to do trial and error, because I was thinking not all the exercises are causing this, the upper head of the biceps tendon to be too stressed. So I did some trial and error with the exercises I was doing, and I figured out that obviously the iron cross press exacerbates the injury, if you want to call it that. I don't feel like it's an injury. I feel like it's just a repercussion of pushing too far. I don't consider that an injury. It's something that causes pain that needs to be managed. Not an injury, though, I see it as. Anyway, terminology aside, dips aggravated it. All the one-arm stuff aggravates it. And to a lesser degree, chin-ups and pull-ups aggravate it. So that leaves planche work, handstand push-up work, and front lever work. And I'm quite happy only doing them. A lot of gains can be made, and we are at the kind of the end of this rebuild program. So I'm not expecting to make some massive gains in 2 weeks, but I am expecting to let my body rest and come back and do a final 2 weeks smashing this training and having even more strength progress within these last 2 weeks to culminate in this whole rebuild program, resulting in some massive strength gains for me. So essentially what I spent my time doing this week was a complex with the planche, a complex with the front lever, and some handstand push-ups. You could see that I did planche press and lowered back down. I thought that was quite... that's probably what I'll do for the press element, and I'm going to add some negatives in starting next week. The handstand push-up, I've put 2 reps, 3 sets, but I was actually aiming for 3 reps, 3 sets, so I'm hoping to get that next week. And the front lever pull and negative, it's actually really challenging. I just think that because I'd had some time off and I was coming back into it again, I didn't want to absolutely smash it for my first few sessions. And I think I could definitely do the negative with a more difficult variation, just like my knees out a little bit further. And maybe I could do the pull a bit more difficult as well. So I worked with 3 sets across these exercises for this week, but I do plan to up it to 5 sets again starting next week, now that I've sussed out what works for me and what isn't, and what needs a bit of time away. And with those other exercises, once rebuild's done, I will just reassess what my goals will be moving forward, and they'll be introduced back into the program as well. Then lastly, we've got some sweet potato. Maybe not lastly, actually. Some different types of carrot and some kangaroo steak. Should be good.